It's time. It's time for some wrestling comics. I still haven't come up with a name. Maybe Kirby the Killer Kablonsky or the Blue Weenie. Not sure what I'm going to go with for a name yet. Or if I'm going to even do the thing, because be careful, kids. If you buy an adult mask, it might end up being for an adult that has a very small head. This thing is tight. I ain't able to strap it up, so not sure how well I'll be able to talk with it on, but we're gonna give it a shot. See what happens. We got a little stack of wrestling comics for today. Starting out from Scoot McMahon, Dave Scheidt, Heidi Black. We have Agents of Slam. Ding, ding, ding. Enter the wrestling ring in this all new graphic novel from Wrapped Up creators Dave Scheidt and Scoot McMahon. The Agents of Slam aren't your average professional wrestlers. They're led by the fearless and famous Bruno Bravado and work for the President of the United States to protect people from all kinds of threats, both on Earth and in space. And they've just been joined by their newest recruit, Katie Jones, a 12-year-old wrestling blogger who just might know more about wrestling than the wrestlers themselves. Slam will need Katie's knowledge and skills if they're going to keep protecting Earth, especially when their toughest rival challenges them. This is got wonderful colored artwork throughout the book. Storyline's a lot of fun. We got some wrestlers that end up bringing Katie into the ring with them, and she ends up helping them along the way as they're kind of like secret agent wrestlers dealing with evil forces and also wrestling along the way. And while they're doing this, Katie's learning more and more about what's going on, kind of getting her way into the fold of these government officials and kind of being given more information than a kid normally should. But she learns more and more throughout this, gets taught some special training to learn some special moves, and then we get to see what she does with it in the end. And this is just a ton of fun. It is a great all ages book. Great for story time, great for bedtime, whatever. It's a nice thick trade, and it's on a smaller version, a little smaller than your standard comic book, which is nice for that nighttime reading, just getting together with the kids, reading a story, and this is a quick read, in my opinion. And the characters, there's just lots of fun characters that we get to deal with throughout this. But yeah, if you like wrestling stories mixed up with some thriller aspects, some little bit of drama, a little bit of action, lots of action, this is the book for you. Check it out, Agents of Slam. Dave Scheidt and Scoot McMahon. Wonderful story, wonderful book. I hope they do a second story about that pretty soon. And then our next one, we got RVD's Twisted Perception, Soldiers of Karma, written by Rob Van Dam. It's unsettling to know there are terrible people like this in my world. It's also unnerving to have these thoughts in my head. The monster begs to be released. My vivid fantasies bring a sense of justice. This offers comfort. The beast manifests on cue, fuming, and swells beyond containment. It emerges and takes control. Thoughts of serenity are replaced with hurt, anger, hate, violence, and destruction. The monster is rage. I don't lose composure to it often, but certain situations call for it, out of pure decency. If only we had a way of knowing who these parasites are. They walk among us, you know. This is done very well. Artwork's nice. Well done. RVD is drawn in as one of the main characters in this storyline. And our characters dealing with the thoughts that go through our heads, the evil thoughts, the things we go through, and him being able to visually see what people have done in their life, what they're going to do in their life. There's some sketch work throughout the book and stuff. Yes, he can envision what's about to happen from characters when he meets them. And once he has that knowledge in his head, he has to decide, is he going to take it into his hands and deal with them in his manner? Or is he just going to let them live their life and continue to do what they're going to do? This story does get into some graphic, violent imagery and thoughts and visuals, but it was very well done. I love how Rob Van Dam did this. Interesting little twist on that style of ability. But yeah, very well done. And I hope Rob Van Dam does put some more things out there. I know he does have other stuff out there because our next thing up just happens to be done by different wrestlers. We got Tales from the Road. We got 4 different issues. And instead of dropping them all over the place, we're starting out with Headlocked Tales from the Road presents Independent Evil. This is by Adam Cole and Mike Kingston. Art by Doug Hills. Letters by Jacob Bassel. Cover by Napalm. This story was basically a character that goes to play a video game, a wrestling video game, to check it out, and ends up being thrown into the game himself. And there's some interesting twists and turns along the way. And you gotta check it out to find out all these things. They're nice short stories. They're about 2, 4, 6. I'd say about 12 dozen pages or so long. The second one is Headlock Tales from the Road presents Act 3 by Booker T and Mike Kingston. Art by Doug Hills. Letters by Jacob Bassel and covers by Doug Hills. This one, again, we're dealing with wrestling in the ring and a character that is new to this organization and has to deal with the people abusing them, mistreating them, not wanting to. I mean, basically the new guy going through the razzing and all that stuff and all the things you gotta deal with every time you go to a new organization, job, faction, whatever. It works out throughout the world in a way. And we got Headlock Tales from the Road presents Cream of the Crop by Sean Waltman and Mike Kingston, art by Doug Hills, letters by Jacob Basel, cover by Michael Malapulu. And this one, we have a certain wrestling organizer that works with a variety of people, and we get to see throughout the years what happens with the characters, what characters survive, what characters don't make it, and it's just interesting look at the wrestling world and the scamminess behind the doors that they have to deal with. And the last one was Headlock Tales from the Road presents The Highway to Hell. Story by Rob Van Dam and Mike Kingston. Art by Doug Hills and Jenny Gorman. Letters by Jacob Bassel. Covers by Lane Lloyd. Variant cover by Doug Hills. This was a fun twist on the whole world of getting high and what it can do to your life. But it's not exactly the getting high thing that you're thinking of. It's a whole different way of getting high. It's just, the story was just, it was such a fun twist on the whole concept. If it can work many different ways, but yeah, Rob Van Dam did a great job with this concept also. So I was happy to pick up some RBD comics and some extra ones along the way with it. And it was definitely worth it. And we're going to get back with more fun comics hopefully in the future. They did have, I'm going to look for this. They have a variety of headlocked comics out there, but one that they have is Headlocked Tales from the Road, Volume 1, an illustrated serial drama founded in 2008 by Michael Kingston. Got 13 stories set in the Headlocked universe, co-created by the biggest names in wrestling, featuring stories by Christian Christopher Daniels, Dolph Ziggler, Dominic Dijakovic, Gangrel, Hurricane Helms, Joey Janela, Mustafa Ali, MVP, Rob Van Dam, Samoa Joe, Taya Valkyrie, Young Bucks, with a painted cover by Jerry Lawler and a special introduction by Drew Gulak. But yeah, it's an interesting little cover. I didn't know Jerry Lawler was into painting. That's cool. But yeah, I will be coming up with a lot of other wrestling comics in the near future and be talking about them. So hopefully you enjoy wrestling. And we'll also be talking about wrestling events on those episodes. Just see what happens. But yeah, still not sure if we're going to keep hiding behind the mask. This mask just does not fit. I feel like a skinwalker and I'm peeling my skin around. But yeah, that's it for today. Come back for more. Ding, ding, ding. See you in the ring. Bye.